How you guys doing? This is 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is Sparta. Well, no, seriously, this is breaking down the books. But in all seriousness, yesterday we had a balanced day. It wasn't good, but it wasn't horrible. And I gave a few picks. We these last 2 days I've been really bad with hockey. Um, it happens sometimes. I anticipate at times I'm gonna destroy the board. And yesterday we had some bad bounces, some really bad bounces, and these last 2 days been brutal. But anyways, these things happen. I went 3-8 on the night, based on the picks that I gave. It's technically 3 out of 7, like three. Technically, it's 3-4-1 is what happened yesterday. But anyways, I gave you guys Tampa Bay versus Boston under 6.5. That game went right over. I gave you guys New York Rangers money line. That did not happen. Gave you guys Vancouver versus St. Louis under 6.0. That game went over. Gave you Detroit versus Calgary under 5.5. The closing odds were 6.0. That's the technicality there. So it's technically a push, but I gave the 5.5. So for the sake of transparency, that's a fail. I gave you guys Vegas to cover the 1.5. That was also a fail. Gave you a sprinkle on Ottawa. But like I said, that was my personal thing to sprinkle a little bit on Ottawa. I cashed on that, but that doesn't matter, which was the one, like, I had the plus 1.5 for Ottawa, but that's another story for another time. And I gave you guys Buffalo Sabres money line, which ended up cashing. So that was the only underdog in hockey that we hit. I gave you guys the MLB picks. I gave you Greinke not to get hit, and he didn't. I also gave you the Astros money line, and that hit. I gave you guys the NFL pick, which was Kansas City versus Denver under 49 points, and that game also went under in what was a throbbing of the Denver Broncos. I mean, I feel like KC got more sacks yesterday in one game than they did in 2 seasons, which is saying something. I mean, Joe Cool Flacco got sacked like 8 times. It was crazy. Anyways, that was then. This is now. I got my little sippy poo, my little drinky poo, and we're trying to end this week right. It was kind of balanced. Monday, I didn't get a chance to talk to y'all, but I didn't do so well on Monday. Like I said, I forgot to make my forgot to do my singles, so it ended up costing me. Tuesday was a good day. Wednesday was brutal. Although I ended up cashing on some personal leans, Wednesday was brutal for the show, and yesterday we went for a balance of things. Today we're trying to do better. We're always trying to do better. This is why I always tell you, do not bet what you can't afford to lose. Whoever is out there watching and fading me, you guys did well over the last 2 days, but that's the only thing that you've been getting. Because if you've been following and trying to fade me, you've been losing. And you were probably a very happy camper yesterday. But this is 3 minutes of ranting, and we're not going to keep on going there. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to start with Colorado versus Florida in the NHL, with Grubauer at net for Colorado and Bobrovsky at net for Florida. Now we got Grubauer, who's 4-0-1 on the season with a 2.57 goal against average. And we got Bobrovsky, who's 2-2-1 push, well, one overtime loss, with a 3.89 goal against average. Now, Florida, I think they're going to make a playoff push, but they're probably going to be like a wild card team. They're always they have a really good team, but they're always going to be struggling as far as trying to make a statement game or trying to get wins. I feel like they're just going to be doing balances and stuff. I feel like they lack on defense. They have a lot of holes in their defense. They have really good attackers and stuff like that. But like I said, I think they do. They're relatively, relatively shallow when it comes to the defensive end. We have a 6.5 over under today. I know a lot of people are on the over. I am personally not on either side. A lot of people like Colorado here. Florida's Florida's favorite. I know Colorado is the road dog here with a nice record and all that. But I honestly I like Grubauer at net. I also like Bobrovsky. I know a lot of people are on the over, but at 6.5 I like the under. I've been getting brutalized with the under, so I'm not going to give you guys that today. Instead, I'm going to give you an unfavorable pick. I'm going to give you Colorado money line to beat Florida today. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm not gonna fear away from picks because we had a bad couple of days. No, I'm gonna give you Colorado here. I like how Colorado's playing. I like their attackers. Their defense is actually very underrated. I think they play really well on the back end. They've been doing really good stuff on each lines. They play at a fast pace, and yeah, while the game could go over, I lean under, but I like Colorado here at the money line, and that's going to be the first play of the day. Moving on, we got Dallas versus Penguins. Uh, Dallas has Kudomen at net, who's 0 and 2 on the season. Penguins got Matt Murray at net, who's 4 and 2 on the season with a 2.65 goal against average. Both of these guys are under 3 goals a game, allowing. Although Matt Murray actually played 6 games under his belt, so his goal against average is actually saying something. While Dallas is hit or miss. Now Penguins are still filled with injuries. I don't know what's going on with them. They're winning games and they're doing good stuff, but they're filled with injuries. The over under is at 6.0. If it's still at 6.0 from the last time I checked, if it's still at 6.0, you might be able to grab that on the under if you want to gravitate towards the under. I don't like a under here, and I don't like a favorite. I don't like Penguins as a favorite here. They're still filled with injuries, and I feel like at some point it's gonna have to it's gonna hurt them. At some point in time, they're gonna lose. I don't want to pick a side. Pittsburgh's actually 5-1 in their last six. The under went in the six of their last seven. Dallas is 1-5 at the spread in their last six, and the under hit in 4 of 5. So if I don't know that I like a side here. Um, the under looks prevalent. It might drop to 5.5. I like the 6.0, so I'm gonna go with the under 6.0 as an official play. Um, and that's probably gonna be the only under I have for the night because we got a lot of high scoring guys playing today. But anyways, we'll talk about that when we get there. So I think I'm gonna go with the under in this game, and I'm not gonna pick a side. So we're going to give you the under in this Penguins game. Moving on, we got New York versus Washington. Washington's a minus 200 favorite. Over unders at 6.5. New York with Lundqvist, handsome Henrik Lundqvist at the net. No homo. We got Washington with Braden Holtby at net. Braden Holtby sporting a 4.27 goal against average, which is horrible. But you know what? His team is allowing a lot of shots on goal. They're actually at the top 10 in the league and shots on goal. Lundqvist is 1-1 with a 3.53 goal against average. Both of these numbers add up to an over game. I wouldn't be surprised if New York makes it a game and maybe even takes it to overtime. But Caps are 4-0 at home against the Rangers. So if you decide that you want to roll with the Rangers, you're pressing something that's really not there. I understand it's minus 200. It's a heavy underdog. Um, but like I said, man, 4-0 at home against the Rangers, 5-0 straight up against the Rangers. But they're actually 0-5 at home in their last five homestands, so that's not very good. New York, in their own respects, went over in 4 of the last 6, and that honestly 3.53 plus 4.27. We like to do the math over here, and mathematically speaking, this is screaming over. I don't like an over here because I like both Lundqvist, and I like both Lundqvist and Holtby. A lot of people are saying that Lundqvist is not playing very well, and that all a lot of random things. But like what, like honestly, Lundqvist stands on his head for most of the time. One on the season, which is not that hot, but it's not that bad either at 50%. So if I had to choose, if I had to pick a play here, I'm going with the under. Everybody has the over. I'm going with the under. I'm not gonna make it official. I just lean under. I can't give you Washington unless I'm giving it to you minus 1.5, and I cannot give you the minus 1.5 because I will not be surprised if this game goes to overtime or shootout. If anything, I'll pick New York to cover the plus 1.5. So I can make it official, but we'll see how I feel at the end of the show. Um, so moving forward, so again, I lean under 6.5 and I lean New York plus 1.5. And that's saying something. But anyways, moving forward, we got Columbus versus Chicago. Where we got Merzlikins. Anyways, the guy only played one game. So, and in that game that he played, he allowed 7 goals. 7 freaking goals. That's a lot of goals. Chicago has Robin Leonard at net. Robin Leonard's 0-1 with a 2.95 goal against average. The guy has one shutout in his in the games that he played with New York. When he was with New York, he actually has a shutout against Columbus, so he knows these guys. There's guys like Pierre-Luc Dubois on this team and other guys, and like yeah, they play a fast-paced game over there, and I could see Chicago pulling this one off. Like they're actually the favorite here. The over/under is at 6.5. Chicago, they went 1-4 in their last five. We all know that they're not very good right now. Columbus went 2-5 at the spread in their last seven. If I had to pick something, I would go with Chicago. I don't like either side. I don't like a play in this game. I'm just gonna skip it altogether. So it seems like I'm skipping two games, but we'll come back to that Washington. We might get ballsy and come back to that Washington. Um, anyways, moving forward, we got Detroit versus Edmonton, uh, where we got Bernier at net for Detroit with a 2-1 record on the season, 3.33 goal against average. We got Edmonton with Koskinen. Koskinen has been the fucking man. Koskinen been the fucking man this season. Edmonton is playing like they're the best team in the league. These guys are playing like they're hot shit. This is a team that had the like arguably the best player. Well, I mean, according to EA Sports, he is the best player in the league with a 96 EA rating. You know what I mean? But this team has been playing the best hockey that we've seen out of all the teams, and they've also been very consistent. Now we have to talk about quality of competition. There's give or take, but honestly, they've been playing really well. Koskinen has been playing on his head. The guy had like 50 saves the other night, 49 saves in the last game that he played. He's 3-0 on the season with a 2.59 goal against average. People think this game is going way over. I don't think Detroit is gonna let that many goals happen. I like I actually like Edmonton here, but I would have to give you the minus 1.5 because honestly, otherwise it doesn't make sense to bet on Edmonton at the money line. They're a minus 200 favorite. The over under is at 6.5. Edmonton's 4-1 at the spread, which is not so bad. 7-1 straight up in their starts. The over went over 4 out of 6 times. So if you want to bet the over, you're not crazy. But again, if you want to go the other side and think that Edmonton is not that good, because quite frankly, they're not the best team in the league. They're just playing like they are. So if you want to bet on Detroit, you're not absolutely crazy. They're actually 1-4 at the spread against Edmonton. So if you wanted to sprinkle a little change on the plus 1.5, I think that's like it's not a crazy pick. I wouldn't say it's a smart pick, but it's not a crazy pick either. I mean, but in this game, I would have to give you Koskinen. I have a very hard time betting against Koskinen right now. This guy's been phenomenal. So I would have to give you Edmonton minus 1.5 moving forward. And that's all I got to say about that. Last game of the night for the NHL, we got Carolina versus Anaheim. Carolina's playing the best hockey I've seen them play in a very long time. Since they went to the playoffs last year, we all know that. Give me 1 second here. Let me get a little drinky poo. Yes, sir. So Carolina got Peter Mrazek at net, 4-0 with a 1.94 goal against average. Anaheim with John Gibson at net, 4-2, 1.4-2 with a 1.82 goal against average. Now, Anaheim's 5-0 at home, 5-1 at the spread. If you want Anaheim at the spread, you're not absolutely nuts, but you got to remember they're 4-2 at the spread versus Carolina, and we're talking over a couple seasons now. They're 5-1 straight up against Carolina, which is over a couple seasons now. Carolina in their own right, 5-2 at the spread in their last few games. The over went over 4 out of 6 times, which is very, very tricky because Peter Mrazek, like I'm saying here, is a 1.94 goal against average. 5.5 5.5 is the total here. I like the over. I like the over. Carolina's favorite at a minus 125. I like the over in this game. But what I like even more, what I like even more than the over is Anaheim plus 1.5. It's probably not paying very much. I haven't checked. But it's probably not paying very much because Carolina is favored. While they're favored, they're not favored by that much. Minus 125 is not that much. Um, it's probably really a toss up on the other side. I like Anaheim. I like Anaheim to cover the spread here. I can't make it an official play because it sounds like a punk play. But fuck it, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you Anaheim minus 1.5. A lot of people are rolling with the road dog here. I like Carolina. I like how they've been playing, but John Gibson has also been amazing. Both these guys been amazing. If I like, I mean, the 1.82 goal against average speaks for itself. 1.85 rather versus 1.94. Uh, at 5.5 over under, it's gonna be stuff. Honestly, Carolina been doing a very good job on the back end. They've been playing defense. Their guys been, they've been staying at home on the defensive end. All their lines come out guns blazing. They look like they're playing with fire. Honestly, it'd be hard for me to bet against Carolina, but I like the plus 1.5 in this game. I think I'm gonna make it official and give you the plus 1.5. So if you're gonna parlay that anyways, the plus 1.5 is not a crazy idea. And that's all I gotta say about that. You know what? Going back down this board, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Washington game under. It's not a popular play. Trust me on that. It's not a popular play, but I'm gonna give you the Washington game under. I think both Braden Holtby and Lundqvist are gonna play very well tonight. You know what? I've been getting crushed by the unders. All these games been going over. I think all the unders that I cashed on are now over. So like we've been hitting a bunch of unders. I'm not an under better by no means. I like to go where the money's at, but these games are trending over. But I like both these goalies tonight. So you know what? Going back down the board, we got Colorado versus Florida. I'm giving you guys Colorado. No, sorry. Colorado versus Florida. I'm gonna give you guys Colorado money line. Penguins versus Dallas. I'm gonna give you the under in that game. Washington versus New York. I'm gonna give you the under in that game. Columbus versus Chicago. I'm gonna stay away from that game. Detroit versus Edmonton. I'm giving you Edmonton minus 1.5. And in the Anaheim versus Carolina, I'm gonna give you Anaheim plus 1.5. And that's pretty much it for hockey. We got some baseball. Yesterday we didn't do so bad in baseball. We're back in the money. Hey, we're back in the money with our baseball. You know what I mean? We took a few hits with LA, but then Washington came true for us, and now yesterday we got Houston coming through for us, so we're back in the money with baseball. Now Houston got the baddest man in sports. Well, not in sports, but in the MLB, playing on the mound. I don't know if he's still confirmed. As of the last time I checked, we got Justin Verlander on the mound, and I'm not quite sure who's on the mound for these New York Yankees. I'm going to tell you in 1 second. If you just bear with me one moment, while you bear with me, I will take part in another Jinky Poo. Yes, if you guys are wondering, which you're probably not, I am sipping on some Rufino. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? Yes, I'm sipping on Rufino today. It's an Italian white wine, which it's not bad. It's demi sec, if you know what I mean. So medium dry. It has a little hint of sweetness in it. It's not too jammy or nothing like that. But yeah. So we got Verlander on the mound, who seems to be confirmed with a 2.58 ERA versus James Paxton with a 3.82 ERA. Verlander obviously got a 0.80 whip. The baddest man in baseball right now. You know what? Me, like the whole world, is probably rolling with Houston. I don't like to roll with the world. You know what I mean? But who am I to say? I'm not a baseball guy. I just cap this shit how I see it. And I feel like New York fucked up when they let these guys come back. They should have never let these guys. Like yesterday, a lot of people were on the Yankees. A lot of sharps were on the Yankees yesterday. I was probably one of the only guys giving you guys Houston. Yeah, Greinke's a good player, but his track record in the playoffs speaks for itself. It's not that great. I mean, he's not Clayton Kershaw. We all saw what happened with Clayton Kershaw. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Houston because the Yankees fucked up. I'm gonna have to go with Houston minus 1.5 because they're a minus 145 favorite. So I'm gonna have to give you guys Houston to win by 2 runs today. They're probably gonna make it a game. Hopefully we cash, but that's pretty much what I'm going to give you. So with baseball, I'm going to give you the minus 1.5 for the road team, the road favorites. And if you want, you could sprinkle a little change on the Yankees, but I think they fucked up, and we're going to see the Nationals versus the Houston Astros. That's all I got to say about that. Now, I'm gonna tell you like I tell you all the time. We've been having a bad, we had a bad couple of days, the last two stretches in hockey. So I'm gonna tell you like I tell you all the time. You best of luck, and don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Yes, when you take a nasty L, you're gonna go home. You're gonna cry yourself to sleep. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be sour and all that stuff. But please, don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Like it's still not gonna help how you feel about your loss, but it's gonna reflect in your pockets. You're not gonna, you're not gonna be like, oh shit, how am I gonna pay this next bill because I just put all my money on this thing, which was a sure thing. There's no sure thing in sports. There's always some kind of politics that we might not know about. You know what I mean? There might be a referee who has some kind of problems going on with some mafiosi, and the mafiosi tells him, "Well, you gotta have to throw this game. If you don't throw this game, then I'm gonna freaking my son goes to school with your daughter." And who knows? Like, you know what I mean? Nobody knows for sure what's going on. These are all human beings, so there's no guaranteed in this stuff. It's like the stock market. It's just, we're just dealing with the sports market. There's millions of dollars fluctuating in this business every single day. So please, don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Be conservative with your bets. Use a proper bankroll. We got games every day. Every single day there's games. You don't have to push anything. You don't have to rush anything. You'll get your chance to cash. There's going to be a time where they're going to have a massive underdog who shouldn't be underdog, and we're going to be able to put max bets on that. Pace yourself. Wait for it. So again, I'll tell you, like I tell you all the time, BOL, be safe, be good, and again, don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Maybe I'll be making a video, so keep on the lookout. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. You never know when I'm going to post another video. I'm going to be posting informational videos. I keep on giving you guys the heads up. It hasn't come yet, but it's going to come. I'm going to post informational videos. You guys are going to want to be involved when that happens. There's going to be a UFC over the weekend. You guys are going to want to know what's going on. I'm probably going to make a video for that as well. The weigh-ins are tonight. Be on the lookout. Please smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you guys are interested in getting more free content like I'm giving you today. And again, be safe, be good, and I'll see you Monday. Peace.